Always give God the start of your day. Good morning, y'all. Let me tell you something real and straight from the heart. Your day, every single one of them, needs to start with God. I'm not talking about perfection or pretending to have it all together. I'm talking about acknowledging the one who holds it all together. See, life's busy. You got bills, work, family, dreams. You're juggling so much. But here's the truth. If you don't start your day with God, you're already playing catch up. You're running on empty, hoping something out there will fill you up. Spoiler alert, it won't. The peace, the strength, the wisdom you're looking for, it starts with God. Now, I'm not saying you need a 2-hour prayer session every morning, but take a moment, just a moment, to thank Him for waking you up. Open your eyes and say, Lord, thank you for this day. It's simple, but it shifts your whole mindset. When you invite God into your morning, you're setting the tone for the rest of your day. You ever notice how things just feel smoother when you've prayed first? That traffic jam doesn't make you lose your cool. That coworker's bad attitude doesn't shake you. It's because you've already anchored yourself in something bigger than the chaos of the day. Starting your day with God is like laying the foundation for a house. You wouldn't build a house on sand, would you? No, you'd want it strong, sturdy, unshakable. That's what giving God the start of your day does. It builds a foundation for everything that follows. Here's the thing, life will throw curveballs. It'll test you, frustrate you, and try to break you. But when you've already been in touch with God, you're ready. You've got perspective. You remember that He's in control, even when it feels like everything's out of control. Start with God for guidance and peace. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you can't make it through this world without some guidance. And you sure can't make it without peace. That's why I'm telling you, start your day with God. It's simple, but it's the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. We wake up every day, right? We roll out of bed, maybe hit the snooze button once or twice, and then boom, we're off. We dive straight into the chaos, the emails, the texts, the to-do list that never seems to end. But what happens when you start your day by putting God first? What happens when you pause for a moment? I'll tell you, you find direction, you find guidance, you find peace. See, without God, we're out here trying to figure it all out on our own, and trust me, it's a mess. You don't have to be perfect to start your day with Him. You don't have to have all the right words. Just a simple, Lord, help me today, goes a long way. And you know what? He's listening. He's listening. Starting your day with God is like setting a GPS for your life. You've got the destination, but sometimes the road gets rocky. Sometimes you hit a detour. But when you ask for His guidance, when you've invited Him into your morning, you're never lost. You've got that peace that passes all understanding. You know deep down that whatever comes your way, and let me tell you something else. It's not just about asking for help when things are hard. It's about giving thanks when things are good. Starting your day with God puts everything in perspective. It reminds you of all the blessings you already have and gives you the peace to face whatever is coming your way. We live in a world that's always moving, always trying to pull you in a million different directions. But when you start with God, you're setting the tone for your entire day. You're telling the world, I've got peace, I've got guidance, I've got God on my side. And when you carry that peace with you, no matter what's happening around you, it doesn't rattle you, it doesn't shake you, it doesn't control you. So tomorrow morning, when your feet hit the ground, before you do anything else, before the chaos starts. Take a moment, just a moment, and ask for that peace. Ask for that guidance. Let God show you where to go, what to do, and how to handle whatever life throws your way. Watch how it changes everything. Your day reflects your morning start. Let me tell you something, family. How you start your day is how your day is going to go. You can't just wake up and dive straight into the madness, hoping for a good outcome. That's not how life works. You're setting the tone for everything the moment you open your eyes. And that first moment, that's everything. Think about it. How many mornings have you woken up feeling rushed, frustrated, or just plain tired? You hit the ground running, right? And what happens? The day follows suit. You spill your coffee, you get stuck in traffic. The first person you talk to gives you an attitude. Before you know it, you're overwhelmed and the day's barely started. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault. Life can be tough, but it's how you handle that first moment that makes the difference. You want to change the way your day goes? Start it with purpose. Start it with intention. I don't care if it's just 30 seconds, but take that time to set the tone. Start with a prayer, a word of gratitude, or a moment of quiet. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that gives you peace. Don't rush into your day without giving yourself the foundation you need. Here's the thing, your morning mindset is like the seed you plant in the ground. If you plant seeds of stress and chaos first thing, don't be surprised when you're harvesting more stress and chaos later. But if you plant seeds of peace, gratitude, and focus, you're going to see those fruits in your day. You get what you put in. It's that simple. Now, I'm not saying every morning is going to be perfect. Some days you'll wake up late, your alarm won't go off, or you'll have one of those I can't get it together moments. But I'm telling you, even on those mornings, you can still choose how your day unfolds. It starts in your mind, how you think, how you approach the day. Even in the middle of the mess, if you can start with a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of faith, that energy is going to carry you through. It's going to reflect in how you respond to people, how you handle stress, and how you move through the day. When you make the choice to give yourself a good start, when you choose peace, when you choose focus, when you choose gratitude, you're setting yourself up for success. But it's not just about what you're doing in those first moments. It's about creating a mindset that lasts the whole day. And guess what? It's a mindset that gets stronger the more you practice it. It's the more you practice, it's a mindset that you love, the more it sets you up for success, the more it sets you up. If you want your day to go better, start it right. Set that intention, put God first, focus on the good, and watch how your day transforms. Because your day will always reflect your morning start, and you've got the power to make that start count. Build a strong foundation for success. All right, listen up, because this right here is the most important thing I'm going to tell you today. If you want to be successful, if you want to see real growth in your life, you got to build a foundation that's rock solid. I'm talking about a foundation that won't shake when life throws its curveballs, because life is going to throw them. Trust me on that. But when you build your foundation the right way, when you lay it down on something strong, you can take whatever comes your way and still stand tall. And so for me, traditional education was my background. My father was a teacher. Let me break it down for you. Everything starts with a foundation. If you're building a house, you don't just start throwing up walls and slapping a roof on it, right? No, you dig deep. You lay down that foundation and you make sure it's strong enough to hold everything else up. Your life's the same way. If you don't build your foundation on something solid, your dreams, your goals, your success, it's all going to crumble when the wind blows, right? So where do you start? You start with God. You start by putting him at the center of everything. If you try to build your life without that solid foundation of faith, you're going to be on shaky ground. You might get lucky. You might have a few good days. But when the hard times come, and trust me, they will come, you'll see how important that foundation really is. And so starting your day with God, putting him first in everything you do, that's how you build a right foundation. You know why? Because when you're rooted in faith, when you've got God's guidance, there's no storm that can blow you over. You're building your success not on luck, not on chance, but on something eternal, something unshakable. You're building it on a rock. Now, I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect just because you've got the right foundation, but when you've got that strong foundation, you've got the tools to handle whatever comes your way. You'll have the wisdom to make the right decisions, the strength to push through the tough times, and the peace to know that everything's going to work out in the end. Think about it. How many times have you tried to do something on your own only to hit a wall? Maybe you've tried to chase success without the right plan, or maybe you've put your trust in the wrong people. It happens to all of us. But if you're building your life with God at the core, you're not relying on your own strength or your own wisdom. You're tapping into something bigger. You're building with purpose, with intention. And that foundation isn't just for your personal life, it's for your work, your relationships, your dreams, everything. When you put God first, you're setting the tone for success in every area of your life. It's like this. You can't build a skyscraper on sand. You need something solid underneath, something that'll keep you grounded as you reach higher and higher. So if you want to succeed, if you want to go higher, start by laying that strong foundation. Don't wait until you've already hit the wall. Don't wait until life has knocked you down. Start with God now, and everything you build will stand firm, because with the right foundation, you can't fail. You can't lose. Everything you do will be built to last. Let God take the lead. Now, I know you out here doing your best, grinding every single day, trying to make it happen. You've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got plans. But let me ask you something. How's that working out for you? How's it been going when you're trying to do everything on your own? Yeah, you've got hustle, you've got ambition, but sometimes you've got to step back and let God take the lead. And sometimes you've got to step back and let God take the lead. Look, I get it. We live in a world where everyone's telling you to go after what you want, to make your own path, to create your own destiny. And yeah, that's all fine and good, but there's a point where you've got to stop and realize you don't know it all. You can't control it all. You can't make everything happen on your own, no matter how hard you try. That's when you need to step aside and let God take the lead. I'm telling you, God knows the path. He knows what's ahead of you, and he's been through it all. So why are you out here trying to steer the wheel when you've got a driver who knows the way better than you ever could? Trust me, there's nothing wrong with handing over the reins. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. There's so many things that now I'm not saying that you don't have a role to play in this. Oh, you've got work to do. You got to put in the effort. You got to show up and you got to do your part. But there are times in life when you hit a wall, when things aren't going the way you plan, and you realize you need a bigger hand guiding you. That's when you got to let go and trust that God's got the wheel. When you let God lead, he opens doors you couldn't even see. He guides you to people you didn't even know you needed. And he takes you places you never thought you'd go. So the destination is obvious. What's the furthest place you could think of that you can go? You see, when you try to control everything, you limit yourself. You think you know the best way. But sometimes the best way isn't even on your radar. Sometimes the best way is something you've never considered, a path that only God can show you. Letting him lead doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're giving in to something bigger. You're trusting that the creator of the universe knows more about your life than you ever could. And let me tell you something, when you let God take the lead, you're not just sitting back and watching things unfold. Oh no, you're still working, still moving forward, but you're doing it with confidence. You're doing it knowing that you're not alone, that God is guiding every step, every decision, every turn. And when you're walking with God, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. And when you're walking with God, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. I know you got the ambition, I know you got the drive, and I know you got the talent. But the truth is, none of that matters if you don't have God leading you. So stop trying to do it all on your own. Stop stressing over every little thing. Let God lead. He's got a plan for you that's better than any plan you could have come up with on your own. And when you surrender and trust him, you'll see just how amazing that plan is. When you let God take the lead, you stop fighting against the flow of life. You stop trying to swim upstream all the time. You start gliding with purpose, with confidence, and with peace. And that's when you find the success you've been chasing, but it's going to be so much bigger than what you ever imagined. Because when God's in the driver's seat, you're headed to places you've only dreamed about. And here's the beauty of it. When you let God take the lead, you don't have to worry about the roadblocks or the detours. You see, life is full of obstacles. Sometimes the road looks like it's straight, but then all of a sudden, bam, a detour comes out of nowhere. You get lost, frustrated, and you start questioning everything. But when God is leading the way, he knows every detour. He knows how to take you around every bump, every pitfall, and get you to where you need to be at exactly the right time. You see, when you're out there trying to figure it all out on your own, you miss the bigger picture. You're focused on the small stuff, the immediate stuff. You're worried about how to pay the bills this month, or how to close that deal, or how to make sure the family's taken care of. And trust me, those things matter. But when you step back and let God take over, you realize that he's not just concerned about your today. He's got your tomorrow, your future, your legacy in his hands. He sees where you're going, and he knows the best route to get you there. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because God takes the lead doesn't mean the road will always be easy. There are still going to be tough days. There'll be moments when you question, why is this happening? Why am I going through this? But let me tell you, those challenges aren't there to break you. Those challenges are there to build you, to strengthen your faith, and to show you just how much you need God's guidance. When you let God lead, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about the transformation that happens inside you. The person you are at the beginning of the journey won't be the same person at the end. And trust me, that's a good thing. You'll look back and say, man, I never could have done this on my own. This was God working through me, God taking me places I couldn't even dream of. And that's where the real peace comes in. You stop worrying, you stop stressing, you stop trying to control the uncontrollable. You hand it over to God and you let Him work. And when you do that, you realize that life isn't just about the hustle, it's about the trust. The trust that no matter what happens, God's got your back. He's not going to let you fall. He's not going to let you fail. He's leading you to success, but more importantly, He's leading you to peace. And there's nothing more valuable than that. So take a deep breath, family. Stop fighting the flow. Let God take the lead. Trust that He knows where He's going and that He'll take you to places beyond your imagination. You don't have to do it alone. You were never meant to. Let God steer the ship, and I promise you, He's going to get you where you need to be in His perfect time. And when you get there, you'll look back and realize this was the best decision you ever made. So tomorrow morning, before you pick up that phone, check your email, or worry about what's next, stop. Pause. Say a little prayer. Thank Him. Ask for guidance. Speak life into your day. Watch how that simple act can transform not just your morning, but your entire life. Because when you give God the start of your day, you give Him permission to work through the rest of it. And trust me, when God's in the driver's seat, you're heading somewhere good. Make it a habit. Make it personal. Always give God the start of your day and watch how He gives you the best of His blessings.